Nagbabagang balita sa araw na ito, magandang hapon Pilipinas, is already 1:35 in the afternoon. At sa araw na ito ay masasaksihan natin ang ating Pangulo na ngayon ay nasa batasang pambansa upang ibigay ang kanyang Sona sa harap ng milyong-milyong tagapakinig. Sa report ni Presidential Spokesperson Adonis Mabitad, ayon sa kanya na sa tinatayang 10 minutos ang magiging talumpati ng ating presidente. Ang mga taong bayan ay talagang inaantabayanan ang makabuluhang talumpating ito upang malaman ang mga pagbabagong gagawin para sa ikakangat ng Pilipinas. Yun lang po at ako magbabalik sa panibagong update tungkol sa Sona ng ating Pangulo. Maraming salamat.
Good day to you all beautiful people from Masa State. A pleasant evening to all of you lovely folks. As the recently elected president of this country, I hereby enact a few new acts and laws for us to follow during my term as a Philippines 21st president. Let's start with Republic Act number 2022, a free educational support and services. Free educational support and services are an act to support and provide Filipino children with better education and establish a good foundation for a better economy. The state policy of this law recognizes that having better access to education can produce knowledgeable, proficient, and adept Filipino children that can be known worldwide. It shall provide free tuitions, miscellaneous fees, educational services, and other benefits to Filipino children. In this law, children can get support from preschool up to senior high school. They'll also receive free charges from tuition fees to miscellaneous and any fee of the school. It shall also provide feeding programs from preschool up to the junior high school to all public schools. Moreover, the law shall provide a free tutorial session in any provided tutorial center by the government. They can have free supplemental instruction, and tutorial could be face-to-face or online tutorial. Children who wants to master a specific subject can have a particular teacher who is an expert in that specific subject. The said center also has workshops where it improves many services to improve and enhance one's skills and talents. This law does not only provide support and services to Filipino children academically, it will also provide support to help one's skills to develop, could be in sports, arts, or any talents that can make them proficient. The goal of this law is to give Filipino children a good education so that these children can have a wonderful and better life in the future. And with this, we're able to shape a better country. Ay pangakil si Rizal, ang kabataan, ang pag-asa ng bayan. Now to the next RA, the Republic Act of 20,225. This act refers to having a limit of 2 children per family. So, government-imposed limit of 2 children per family or the payment of government subsidies only to the first 2 children. Government should strictly implement this policy to decrease the population, and with the laws, people would start to be educated and conscious about family planning or having a family. With a 2-child policy, the government introduced a set of disincentives pertaining to childbirth, fees, income tax, maternity leave, and prioritization of public housing allocation aimed to penalize couples who had more than 2 children. The main goal of this policy was to reduce poverty in our country and the nation's birth rate and achieve a state of zero population such that the population would remain stable at a certain size. This was accomplished by encouraging people to set up smaller families and make use of contraception for family purposes. Now to the third Republic Act, the Republic Act number 17,366. The legalization of abortion. Through every choice in life, there is a decision that must follow. Abortion is a woman's individual choice, therefore, must be a legal part of today's society. Individual rights have an outstanding role in the controversial topic of whether abortion should become legal in the Philippines. The individual rights for abortion shows rights of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. As well, women should be able to have the choice to choose to have an abortion for several important reasons. The right to make this decision should lie in the hands of the mother to make decisions concerning their own bodies. Legalizing abortion would help exterminate unnecessary pregnancies and prevent overpopulation. Bringing unwanted children into this world with the means of improper care and love is restraining the pursuit of happiness in these children. If we as humans don't have the ability to give a child a healthy life, then the point to bring them into this world is not useful and causes lots more problems that should have never erupted in the first place. Should an individual have the obligation to go through a 9-month pregnancy, or go through childbirth, or the mental stress of raising or giving away the child? The individual rights a woman has are not only for herself, but for the child relying on her to live. One of the woman's most basic freedoms is the right to control her own body and to determine if she bears a child. Only she can determine whether she is emotional, physical, and economic ready at any given time to have and raise a child. This next law is the very common issue, the petition for same-sex marriage. Marriage as conceived in our current laws may hew to the dominant heteronormative model, but asserting by judicial fiat that should, with all its privileges and burdens, apply to same-sex couples as well. Those with sexual orientations other than the heteronormative gender identities that are transgender or fluid, or gender expressions that are not the usual manifestations of the dominant, unexpected cultural binaries, the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer. Intersex and other gender and sexual minorities have suffered enough marginalization and discrimination within our society. The pleadings assert a broad right of same-sex couples to official legal recognition of their intimate choices. Opposite-sex couples and same-sex couples are equally capable of founding their own families and fulfilling essential marital obligations, and contrary to Shi Ming Chai at the Court of Appeals, 22. Procreation is not an essential marital obligation, because there is no necessity to limit marriage to only between a man and a woman. In this last act, the Republic Act number 22,155, the Gender Rights to All Genders. Gender rights to all genders is an act to support all genders in our country. The state policy of this law to all genders is having equal choices and opportunities, including economic participation and decision-making regardless of the gender, and is a state of equally recognizing different behaviors, goals, and needs regardless of gender. In this law, men and women and all kinds of gender identities in our country have equal rights, opportunities for all they want in their life. They can decide by themselves without being criticized, being paid the same salary at work regardless of the gender. They also can have the same treatment, can have equal opportunities regardless of the gender, and they can be working together. By having this law, we can eliminate others by being discriminated against by their gender in the workplace and schools, to ensure that every individual can compete on a level playing field regardless of their gender, and also reduce incidents of sexual harassments and assault in the workplace, schools, and any other place. Gender rights help reduce the risk of violence against women and girls, as well as make our communities safer and healthier. It is both a human right and helpful to the economy. Thank you, my fellow Filipinos, and we must obey in what I stated earlier for a better country. Thank you, and have a good night.
Magandang hapon Pilipinas, it's currently 2:13 the afternoon. Ako ay nagbabalik sa panibagong update sa Sona ng ating Pangulo na si Rizartano, kung saan ay payag na nga niya amin sa milyon-milyon tagapakinig alimang bagong batas na makatulong sa pag-angat ng ating bansa. Kabilang dito ang Republic Act No. 2022, Pre-Educational Support and Services, Republic Act No. 20225, Two Child per Family, Republic Act 2115, Gender Rights to All Gender, Republic Act No. 17366, Legalization of Abortion. Kalakip din dito ang petition for same-sex marriage, at yan lang po ang mga bagong batas na ilunsad ng ating Pangulo. At yan lang po ang balita sa araw nito. Maraming salamat muli. Ako po si Maria Nicole Negocios, nagbabalita, S News.